Hey everybody, it's Cork. Got a little update for you today. Yesterday on the 12th, we celebrated my son's birthday. He passed away August 27th. And it slowed down my research for a while, but I still was putting stuff on this bench. It doesn't matter what I put on this bench. They just knock it over. So they left all this stuff alone while the snow was on the ground. Everything was left fine. The minute the snow melted, boom, the little juvenile comes down and wipes everything off. So I got something to show you. I brought some food out here, some leftover scraps that was in the fridge, and I'm thinking, if you follow my channel, especially if you follow, I got a group on Facebook, Corky's Research, and if you follow that, I was really focusing on this rock up here on the hillside that I dug up. It looked like an old foundation stone to the house years ago, 100 years ago. And so I dug it out of the hillside, set it up here, and I've been putting rocks on top of it to see if it would attract these Sasquatch children, these juveniles. And the rock started moving. Now, one thing I want to show you first before we go any further, I got a big giant tree right here. And there's a limb that has been recently ripped that I noticed. The top is gone, missing from this tree. So I think that went over 2 months ago. But that one limb has been broke. That wasn't like that. So that's new. That's what I see now. I already been up here, so I'm just doing a check, and you're not going to believe what I found. So I'm making my way up. I'm looking for sign. See if there's, because the snow's been on the ground, and there hasn't been nothing. I don't see no tracks up this way for nothing. No sign at all. Relatively quiet all night, all winter, I mean. So I never walked up here in the winter because I could see that there's no tracks. So anyhow, I look, and look what we have here. That is that rock that was up against this hill right here. This rock's like 300 pounds. It didn't just roll. There's no way it just rolled on its own. So this is what we're going to look at. I'm going to show you this rock. So let's get a closer view. That break right there. That is new. All right, so I'm looking for tracks right now, but you can see the size of this rock, okay? And you can see the rocks that I had stacked on top of it. Those rocks were stacked on top. This was a little game we were playing. There's the other rock. And so you can look. That's where the rock was. Right here. Okay? Look at the weight pressing down on it. This thing's heavy. So nothing, the last time I put rocks up here, nothing happened. I mean, he has been knocking the rocks off throughout the last couple of months. I've been doing this for about 4 months. And, last time I changed it up, the design, what I was doing, and I added these roots to it. You can see one of the rocks are beside that root right there, and a big rock there. And the next day, he took those roots and put them out front of the rocks and didn't touch the rock pile, just moved the roots off of those rocks. I never messed with it. No, I did mess with it. I did. I think I threw the roots behind it. Then winter came in, and that was 2 months ago. I haven't been up here. So here is where that rock sat. Here is the rock today. You can see in the same picture where the rock was and where it's at now. Those rocks underneath were stacked on top. All right, it had like 5 rocks total stacked. There has been pounding on that rock. Ooh, more pounding right there. So he's been hitting that rock. See if he got the pounding on this rock. I don't see so. Very interesting. I don't know if he's getting this rock into position to roll this thing over the hill. I don't want that to happen. So the question is this a test for me? I think I'm not researching them. I think they're researching me. They're like, okay, let's see what the human does. We're going to change the equation. Instead of the human putting the rock out and we're going to mess with it, we're going to reposition the rock in a way to inquiz him, and they're watching to see what I'm going to do. I'm telling you, this is a game, guys. These kids look at all this stuff as juvenile games. And I guarantee you they're around right now. They're watching me. They're just having a heyday. They're somewhere. Because they know I'm up here. They can hear me talk. I'm being watched right now. I guarantee it. And they want to know what I'm going to do about this. I'm not strong enough to pick that rock up. I don't think I'm going to. I might be able to, come up here and roll it back into place. But boy, oh boy, I don't know what to do. I don't think I should do anything. I don't see any tracks. And that's the thing. Nothing was messed with until the snow melted. They're not going to blow their cover. So there's another rock just right there that was inside, I plan on pulling out and bringing that over. And the reason why I was even messing with this is because I'm looking for some good clean fill dirt. I was going to start digging in here, get some clean dirt, and I found this, looked like a foundation stone left over from when they were cutting the stone, build the foundation of our home years ago, 100 years ago. And it turned it like into a gifting area. So, and there's another one over there. Look, there's one right there. There's another one laying back on the hillside. Interesting. But I just want to share that, guys. So, Sasquatch picked up that rock, this rock, and carried it and put it right there. That wasn't rolled. If it would have rolled, you would have seen leaves moved. No, there'd be a, no, that didn't roll. That didn't roll. That was picked up, and he put the rocks. I just heard tree knock, 2 of them, and it wasn't here. It was way over there. That was a gunshot. Never mind. That was a gunshot. They weren't tree knocks. A distant tree knock will sound like a gunshot. That was a gunshot. So, anyhow, he put the rock underneath and then put the stone on top to blow my mind. So, I'll keep walking around. We're going to see if there's any type of footprints. I haven't made it this far yet. Wait a minute, I need to look up. That doesn't look too safe. That doesn't look too safe. Crap. I might have to come up here with the chainsaw, cut that tree down. Because I passed through here. Now, I just heard something right up here. I heard 2 steps. Could be deer. Can I see you? Oh, whoop. I just see movement way back in there. Right there. That's where I see movement. Something's way back in there. Darn, I wish I could zoom in on that. I'm going to take a screenshot of this and then zoom in on it later. I just saw movement. There's something there. Looks like it's a young one. That could be bark in a tree. That could be a tree. It's too far away, I can't tell. Thought I saw movement, guys. Can I see you? There it is, I heard tapping. So the tapping is happening above me where I can't see. All right, they're playing games. I'm gonna let you go. It's been 11 minutes, 22 seconds. I just wanted to show you that this wasn't natural. The rock was sitting in that indentation you see right here. There's the rock. And it's in the same, it's in this, that was the top. Okay, that's real important for you to know. The way it's facing is the way it stood over here. If it would have rolled, it would have been on its side, or that would have been on the bottom, because that's the longest surface. No, it was picked and placed. He picked that thing up, rotated, took one step, laid it down. How cool is that? That's all I'm going to say. How cool is that? So that's their way of saying, yeah, I'm still here. Oh, there's another rock on the hillside. Look right there. And I just noticed it. Interesting. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go.